Hi, Gail here. Welcome to 2020. We're here right now, and you might be feeling just a little bit the same old as you did in December. There was quite a lot of memories, maybe a bit of pain that you're revisiting, looking at your life, looking at where to, what have I achieved, what am I going to do? And this can carry over for some of you into 2020. And I just want you to not worry about that. You're still formulating some new plan, some new action, some new disposition, some new perspective. And even though it feels very much like it's still the same, it has changed. It is different. Things will appear to you perhaps even in a slightly different way. You may be able to look at your life or events in your life in a slightly different way. And slight is good. We don't want massive, huge, oh my God, what have I been doing all my life kind of revelations, although those might happen as well for some of you. This year you will wake up. Many of you will wake up because it is a double change year. It's just my name for it. And the changes that we experience personally are as big as the ones that will happen on the planet. You're the most important person. You are the most important person in your life. You are the most important person in the world. What you bring to the world matters. And even if you don't fully appreciate your own gifts, your own abilities, your own way that you can contribute at this particular point in time, I can absolutely tell you, you are being encouraged very strongly this year, right now, to start looking at what do you want to do? What are you going to do? For a lot of you, there will be a little bit of dissatisfaction in your work area, your life area. Maybe you've had jobs that you've really, really always wanted, you've enjoyed, you've been doing them, and then they're just not doing it for you anymore. That's simply because there is something else. There is something in you that is changing and evolving, and this year things will start to present themselves to you in your external world. You will start to meet people that have, maybe they talk about a certain thing that you've never thought about before, say to you about subjects that you kind of felt were out of your reach, but it just starts you thinking, or it just starts you feeling like you'd like to find out more about it, that you'd like to do a little bit of, I don't know, digging because you just need something else in your life, something a little bit more interesting. So I would just encourage you to start. For the ones of you that are feeling that nothing has changed, please, nothing changes unless you do something different. And sometimes it's a bit risky. Sometimes it's taking a step that might actually be into the unknown or be into some scary place, especially for people where security is important, and taking a step that may change the security in your life, that can be really daunting. And nobody would blame you if you haven't done that yet, or if you're hesitating a little bit about doing that. I can tell you though that events this year will push you a little bit more. I would say jump, don't be pushed. That would be my thing. And it's entirely over to you though. Sometimes allow yourself the excuse of it happening to you before you do something. And that's okay. It's happened in my life before too. And you've been trained very well and programmed very well to do certain things in certain ways and meet certain expectations by people around you. And if you've never felt that that's right for you or fits for you, it's because it's not. It's because you are here, you internally have a different agenda, you're here to do something different, and it's always that question, what? So what are we going to do? What am I here to do? What am I supposed to do? You start with you. this year, you are most important, and what you do with your life now is most important. So start finding out about, I don't know, what your strengths are. Like, you've got abilities that nobody else has, and if you've always been told you can't do anything, or you believe yourself you can't do anything, then wouldn't that be nice to change? That could be one really big double change thing that you could do this year, and just kind of like try it. Try anything out. Just go, well, let's just test myself against this. There's a lot of internalising, a lot of self-reflection going on this year, which is that a lot of you will wake up spiritually, and when I say spiritually, you will know, absolutely know, there's got to be more. And you will start looking, researching, maybe just, I don't know, being curious about all of those bits that you were told were scary and that you shouldn't go near, like the psychic side of life, which is only a word. We are all intuitive. We all have abilities of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience as being the main ones. Clairsentience. We are feeling creatures. We feel, we get an instinct, we get a vibe. It's part of who we are. I'm here to normalise these things. They are not mystical, they're magical. And when you know about them, then they're not scary. They're not fantasy, if you like. They're simply aspects of yourself you can bring into your everyday life, into your everyday being that improves it. It's an exploring kind of year in that way for people when you realise that your life needs more. And yes, I've heard people say, look, my life's fine. Great. Then you don't need me. You don't need me or anyone like that. But I'm here as a guide and as a helper. I have the experience, if you like, in a lot of different ways, in a lot of areas of life, and very much self-reflective, and had connections with God and spirit and people who are in spirit. I've had both and all of those kinds of things. And I lose my words sometimes, so excuse me for that. I get wrapped up in whole lots of convoluted things, so I do apologise for that. I encourage you though, please, this year, explore more about the other you, the hidden one, the one that maybe you haven't even paid any thought or attention to, the you that's really you, the you that doesn't always fit with or feel comfortable with what you're doing in your life right now. And we say it's a year when you will wake up. So that means that for some of you, there will be experiences that will be a little bit out of the blue, or just say random, out of the blue, that make you kind of go, what? And it's because it's like, wake up, open your eyes, there's more, see what's happening. It'll come in different ways for everybody. I can help guide through that, explain it, make sense of it, because every single thing that happens in our lives makes sense if you have a viewpoint from a different perspective, and I can give that perspective. If you are looking at a very big step in your life, if that takes you leaving your job and looking at doing something for yourself, that's one of the things that takes a lot of courage that we put off generally, because it's safe where we are. So encourage you to take the big step. I can guarantee you, if you take the step in the direction that your heart goes, or that you feel you know you must, every single little detail will fall in place. It is the magic of the universe. The universe works perfectly. And even if there's a little bit of, your own personal kind of scary bits going on, or uncertainties, or how is this going to happen, you take one step, and then you'll start seeing it starting to happen in front of you. There'll be another step, and there will be another step, and it might just be like that, but it'll happen in the way that you're best able to cope with it. Some of us will just go, change, love it, let's do it, away we go. Others, it's like, well, this is my safe space. This is what I know. What will happen if I step out of it? Encourage you to be a bit brave and just try it out. Do a test run. You can do a test run. Challenge yourself a little bit. There's so much more this year that will change in your life and for you. And the more steps that you take toward getting the life that you desire, which means we all want to be happy. To be happy, you must feel like you're fit. You must feel that what you are doing is of value. You must feel that there's some kind of recognition or achievement that can be gained from what you are doing. That it matters. That it matters. And because of that, January is the month that you can not only put your New Year's resolutions into place if you've made them, but you can actually put resolutions in place if you don't know what to do. Do something that follows your, I would really like to do this, how could I do this in some small way? And if you need help, if you need clarification, if you need insight on anything in your life or any event that's happened in your life or anything that you want to know is coming up for you in your life, you can always contact me on 027 4166 545. 027 4166 545. And I do individual sessions. They generally cover all kinds of aspects. We have, for instance, and I might cover this at another time, past lives. We've talked about reincarnation before, but your particular past lives can be seen. And your past life that is seen reflects exactly this life and what you have come to address in this lifetime. So once you know your past life, this life makes more sense. And on that note, have a lovely January, and we will see you in February.